Hi everyone, thank you for joining this session on QPulse Collaborative Document Review via PleaseReview. Today we're going to be taking you through how the two applications work together and the life cycle of the document management process. Just to introduce ourselves, myself, I'm Alex McCormick. I work in the life science team here at IdeaGen, and my colleague Bryn, who is within our pre-sales team, will be taking us through the software applications in due course. Now, a little bit about what we're going to be talking about. We're going to go through document control in general with regards to the two solutions. Then we're going to take you through the QPulse platform and then the PleaseReview platform itself, as well as following this with a live example of how the two work together to provide fuller and better control around your document lifecycle. At the end, there will be information that you can then contact us if you'd like to find out more. So first of all, it's important to talk about the key role that document control takes within a business, especially around things like SOPs, regulatory documents, risk documents, things like that. Anything that requires particular controls for the regulations that you're operating in within your industry, whether that's healthcare, life science, aviation, any type of industry really that has a high level of compliance. Now within QPulse, this is key. QPulse has a document control module, which in essence is the control around all of your documents, providing you with complete visibility of compliance across the business. And then PleaseReview gives you the control around the review. So we're going to take you through these. Now QPulse itself, as I mentioned, is our electronic quality management solution. Now it focuses on everything from quality, safety and risk management. You have modules in there, not just for your document control, but also for things like reporting, so corrective action, preventative actions, CAPAs, non-conformances, deviations. You've got areas for training and competency management, also things like change control, audit, asset management, supplier and customer management, as well as proactive risk management. PleaseReview is a document review specialized tool that helps you with real-time document review, co-authoring and redaction within the document lifecycle. Now, just a few key points around what you're gaining from these two solutions working together is that you have the ability to invite multiple reviewers. Rather than having a linear list of people that will then go around, the document will be handed off one at a time for people to add their comments using track changes. You can surface a document where multiple reviewers can appear and comment, add their own changes, make suggestions, and so on in real time via the PleaseReview tool. This gives you better control. It allows you to accept and reject changes in real time. It allows you to distribute the document easily to members of the review, and also the ability to read and acknowledge documents in a better environment. It will also provide you with a full audit log of the review process of the document and allow you to be, in essence, audit ready. Now briefly, just going to show you this diagram here, and this is just explaining the two platforms. Obviously we've got QPulse on the right and PleaseReview on the left. QPulse is where your document is stored. It allows users to access the latest version of the truth, so there is no ability for people to access old, uncontrolled documents or the likes. PleaseReview is where the review of the document will take place and gives you control around that review process. And in this diagram you can see that you would raise your change within QPulse. The document is then taken into PleaseReview. We create a review within PleaseReview, invite our reviewers. We will make and propose our changes. We would then accept these changes, take the document ready to be put back into QPulse as a approved draft. We would then do the approval and sign off within QPulse and distribute the latest document to our members of staff. Now, at this point, I'm going to hand over to my colleague, Bryn, and he is going to take us through the process of a document that's sitting currently in QPulse as a draft, and we're going to check that document out, put it into PleaseReview, take it for a review, and bring it back. So I'm now going to hand over to my colleague, Bryn, and he is going to take us forward.
Thank you, Alex. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to jump across into QPulse. So let's just close this a second. what we've got in front of us here is the QPOS Launchpad. Now, in today's demonstration, we're simply going to focus on the process of moving a document from the QPOS environment across into PleaseReview for the review stage, and then bringing it back into QPOS once we're done. So, for this, we're going to stick predominantly to the Documents module. We'll come in here now, and what we've got in front of us is a list of all the draft documents that we've currently got in progress. So what I need to do is I need to double click on this document, pull up its details, and from here we're going to check the document out. So you can see in front of us here, we've got all of the details of the document. We've got the file over here, and we've got all the various details. Now, we need to take this into our PleaseReview environment. So to do that, we come up here and we check out the document. Now, we're just going to give a reason. So we're checking this document out today because we want to review it. So we're simply going to put that in here, and we're going to choose our location. We're just going to double check that it's in the right place. And we've checked the document out. So now that that's been done, we've got our files stored on our computer. From here, we're going to open it within Microsoft Word. And in front of us, we will have the full document. Now, what we need to do from here is we need to take it into the PleaseReview environment. So to do this, we come up to the PleaseReview tab up here, and we create a new review directly from within Microsoft Word. Now, we just enter our login credentials here, and from within Microsoft Word, it'll take us directly into the PleaseReview environment. So what we've got here, this is the 5-step process to add a new review. It's automatically given us a title based on the title of the document. We can add a description as well for anybody to know what's going on. So we're going to put a brief description in here. We're now going to choose our deadline date. Now, the process to add a document into PleaseReview is a 5-step process. We won't go into any detail on those steps today, but we'll just quickly skip through them now so you can see what we've got to do. So we've got a document in, that's come straight from Microsoft Word, straight from QPOS. We're going to add our reviewers into the system. And we're going to go on to the next step. Now, this step, we've got some more complex options. We don't need to touch any today, so we're just going to carry on. And now this is our last step where we've got a summary. At this point, we can quickly check that everything we've entered so far is correct. We can see everybody we've invited to come in as a reviewer, and we can start the review. Now, that review has started. Everybody in the system has received an email to let them know that they need to come and have a look at this review. And if we go back to our home screen, we'll now be able to see this new review at the top here. We can see it's in progress, and if we hover our mouse over the details area, you can see everybody who's involved, and you can see their current status. Now what we're going to do is we're going to, we're currently signed in as the owner called Jim. We're going to minimize this window, minimize everything, and we're going to open a new browser and come in as a reviewer. So we're going to use a different browser this time. We're going to use Mozilla Firefox. We're going to come into PleaseReview, and we're going to sign in as Jill, who is one of our reviewers. Quickly sign in as her and come into the reviews that we're in. You can see that we've got 2 reviews due, 14 are outstanding. Now our newest review is clearly highlighted at the top here. You can see that Jim's the owner, and you can see that it's in progress. Now to enter the review, click over here, and this takes us through to the main PleaseReview interface. So what we've got in front of us is the document rendered live. You'll notice it looks exactly the same as it did within Microsoft Word, and we can fully interact with this document and make any changes that we want. We can navigate the document on the left-hand side. We've got various controls at the top, as well as a reminder of when the deadline is. Now, all we're going to do today is we're going to make a few simple changes to show you how the review process works. So I'm going to come in, and I'm going to delete a sentence. So let's get rid of that. We don't think that needs to be there. We're just going to leave a comment with it as well. That didn't need to be there, is what we're going to put. And we're going to assign a category. We're going to put that that was major, and apply. You can now see that the change we've made has been clearly highlighted in the text. We've got a comment box on the right hand side to show the proposed change that we've made, as signified by this green P. We've got our name, we've got a time and date stamp, we've got our comment, as well as a categorization that we assigned. I'm now going to make another change. So we're going to come in here and we're going to change some text. So let's change the word organisation and let's change that to business. And I'm going to put that this is better. We're going to put that was minor and we're going to click apply. So there we go, we've made another change, and you can see that once again that change is highlighted on the right hand side. You can see that it's shown the change we've made in the text with the word that we've deleted and the word that we've replaced. Now the third change we're going to make, this time we're actually going to make a comment. So I'm going to come into this paragraph here and I want to check that this is true. So I'm going to select this. And this time I'm going to tag somebody. So I want my friend Steve to come and have a look at this, and I want to make sure that what's been put here is correct. So I'm going to use an @ mention, just like you'd use in social media. And you can see that when I start typing his name, he pops up down here. And I can now ask him a question. Is this correct? And now we click apply. So this time we've made a comment. You can see that's signified by a green C on the right hand side. We've got the same time and date stamp, the same categorization. We've got the comment that we've made. And this time Steve's actually been highlighted. So you can see that we have his color coded name. Steve will have received an email letting him know that we've tagged him in this and he needs to come and have a look at it. And he can come back now and he can respond. You can also see that the specific text that we are commenting on has been highlighted in the paragraph. So those are all the changes that we want to make as Jill, just a couple of changes for today. Now we're going to sign in as our second reviewer. So this time we're going to sign in as Steve. So we're going to open a third web browser, Internet Explorer this time, and we're going to come into PleaseReview again. Sign in as Steve, and into the system we come. Now I'll quickly show you that if I hover my mouse over the details section, you can see that Jill is currently in progress. She's made 3 comments so far. Jim is the review owner, and nobody else has started yet. Now we're going to enter the review. And you can see that already we can see every comment that Jill's made. Everything has been updated real time. We won't have to refresh anything. Every comment will appear exactly at the time that it's made, and we can interact with it straight away. So Jill has, she's asked us if this is correct. We're going to come down here and we're going to reply to her. So I'm going to put yes it is and apply. There we go. We now have our own comment registered against Jill's comment. It has its own time and date stamp as well as our name alongside it. Jill's made a change up here. We think that's correct, so we're going to give it a little thumbs up just to say thank you and that we agree. And we're going to make a change of our own. So we can see here that Jill's deleted this sentence. She's deleted the first sentence of the paragraph. We don't think that sentence should be deleted, but we still don't think it's quite correct. So we're going to make our own change. So we're going to come in, and we're going to change the word truly to the word really. We're not going to leave a comment with this one, we're going to leave that, and we're going to click apply. So what we've just done there is we've made a conflicting change. We've made a change that contradicts what Jill's already said. The two are mutually exclusive, they can't coexist, and you'll see that PleaseReview is clearly highlighted on the right hand side by giving us some red proposed change boxes. That has happened. The system knows it's happened and won't let us continue without doing something about it. So we're done as Steve. We've come in, we've responded to what we needed to, we've made the changes that we want to make. So now we're going to go back in as our original owner. So we're going to minimize this window and we're going to go back into Google Chrome this time, sign back in as Jim, who's our original owner. Now once again, if I hover the mouse over the details section, you can see that we've got a live update of everything that's been done. We've not had to refresh this window. Jill and Steve have both made comments, they're both in progress. Now we're going to enter the review as an owner this time. And we're here now to accept and close any changes. So you can see the interface looks just the same as it did previously, apart from we've now got accept and close buttons up here. We can also accept and close directly on the comment or proposed change itself. And we're just going to go through one at a time and tick these off. So Jill's replaced that word there. We're happy with that. We're going to accept it. They've made a comment there that they've actually commented on something that's already correct, so we don't need to leave the comment there. So we're just going to close that to get rid of it. It's asked us for a reason. We're just going to put thank you in here because they've clarified for us. There we go. And now we need to see how the system's going to handle our conflicting change. So these two changes, as we've already said, can't coexist, and they are mutually exclusive. If I come in and I try to tick one of them, the system will clearly highlight for me that you can't accept one without doing something about the other. So it gives us the option to merge or the option to close any conflicting. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the merge option, and you can see here that we're able to get a preview of what it's going to look like. So we've got the merge result here. Down here we can choose which one we want to preview. We're able to tick any that can coexist. These two can't, so we can't tick them at the same time. And we've got the ability to manually edit the merge text up here. So for this one, we think that Steve's correct. We're going to go with Steve's, and we're going to apply and accept that change. Now by doing that, you can see that we've got a box showing that the paragraph has accepted changes and merge changes. So that's quickly letting us know what's gone on. We know that some have been closed, some have been saved, and if we wanted to, we could very quickly come in and view a paragraph history. So that's it. We've completed our very simple review. We've closed all the comments or accepted them, and we're now going to go to our review closeout. So we're going to exit the review. Yes, we're sure. And at this point, we've got a summary of everything that's gone on so far. You can see where everybody's up to, you can see how many comments have been made, and you've got a breakdown of the types of comment within the document. At this point, we can view a report, which is a full reconciliation report, which is one consolidated view of every comment and change that's been made against the document. Every detail that can be registered has been, so we've got the details of everybody that was in it, their status, their last activity. We've got all the comments that are made, all highlighted alongside the original version of the text. We've got the time and date stamp, we've got any responses, and everything that happened in the review has been logged here, so you've got a full auditable log visible here. Now, from here, we're going to go to the review closeout, at which point we're going to effectively check the document back out of PleaseReview. So we now want to download this document. So we're going to download the document simply by clicking this button here, and we're going to close the review. Now, we're going to open up my folder to find the document. We're going to cut that, and we're going to bring it back and put it back into our QPulse folder. So I'm going to paste it in here, and I'm just going to delete the original one. I just need to close it in Microsoft Word. And we're just going to give it the same title that it had originally. Now, that's all we had to do. We've brought the file back, we've given it the same name and put it back in its original folder. We're now going to go into QPulse to check the document back in. So we've still got our document record open. We've come back into the record, and we're going to check in a new document. So we click the check-in button up here, and we click OK. What happens now is our new edited document has been brought straight back into QPulse, sorry, and that is the review cycle within PleaseReview completed. We're now back into QPulse, where we can send the document for approval. And by looking in here, you can see we've got our approvers. We can then go through the entire process of approving the document, and we're finished. And now I'll hand back over to Alex.
Brilliant. Thank you, Bryn. As you can see there, that was a really nice process of the document coming out of QPulse into PleaseReview, taking it through the review. Quite a nice overview of a live review going on there, and then bringing it back into the draft for QPulse for you then to do your sign off with electronic signatures and letting people sign off on the final version, ready for it to be distributed out to the users to replace the current version. Again, thank you for your time today, guys. If you do have any questions, please do reach out to us via our general contact details, which is ideagen, will be sales@ideagen.com, or you can reach us on our main telephone line, which is 01629 699 100. Following this session, we will be sending out the contact details anyway. So again, please do come back to us on those emails if you have any questions, or if you'd like to look into these two solutions, or if you're an existing customer and you'd like to talk to your account manager about how to make the most out of these particular two applications. Thank you.